guys, welcome back to another episode here on Revisited. Today we are going to be revisiting Taken 3. Now yes, Taken 3 is the third and final Taken movie, which stars Liam Neeson and Maggie Grace. As I say, this is the third and final one of the trilogy. I already have done revisited videos for the first one as well as the second one, and I'm going to be doing a ranking video, so stay tuned for that, where I'll rank all three of the movies in one video. But if you want more in-depth information about them, these are the videos you need to look at, all three of them. Yes, so Taken 3 is a movie that has it rounds off a trilogy of movies that, let's just say, started really good, changed directors, and then the last two movies had two different directors with bigger budgets, because I guess the first one just did really well. And then the third and final installment is here. I just literally finished watching this now, and it's one of those films that I think I've only ever seen once before, which was in the cinema at the time. I did forget that it did also star Forest Whitaker, and I guess it's slightly a little bit of a different spin in terms of the first and second of the installments. This one kind of followed like a police's journey as well. Like that's what Forest Whitaker's role was. He played a police inspector who was trying to figure out a crime. In a nutshell, Liam Neeson's character Brian Mills was basically like framed for the murder of his like ex-wife. So he didn't do it. Obviously, he was being framed, but he was trying to avoid the police as well as try and figure out and do the investigating. Which I guess when you think back at like the first two films, like those, the police are just not on. They're not even thought of really. There's no police in any of them. So, you know, it's one of them. Yeah, it's a different spin on the franchise as a whole. The good things about this movie, though, that I thought, as I said just then, there was a lot of police in the film, and the police chases were really cool. There were some police car chase scenes which I thought were executed really well. As I said previously, this is the same director as in Taken 2. Now, both Taken 2 and Taken 3 ain't as strong as Taken 1. It's pretty obvious, but you know, the police scenes were pretty cool. The sets in this were great, like even better than the first one. Like the first one's budget wasn't that good, so they definitely threw a lot of money at this film, and you know, it does show, and I think it was done quite well, executed quite well. It was good. It was all around quite a good, enjoyable film. But like I said, I've only seen once, so yeah. I did like as well, like throughout the whole franchise, we've seen Brian Mills as like mates, I guess, like people he used to work with, etc. But we never really got to see them in action. But in this one, we do. They're basically trying to take down like this Russian gangster guy or whatever. They're trying to take him down, but they all work as a team, you know, to try and keep, you know, I guess Maggie Grace's character safe, as well as, you know, like we get to see them in action, which is cool. You know, it's kind of flitting between a few little bits and bobs. It's kind of bringing a few things from the first movie as well as a few things from the second movie, but then also some new things, like I said, like the car chase scenes, etc. So yeah, I think it was like a well executed like third installment of a franchise. Is there as good as like the first one, I guess, or even the second one? You know, it's probably not, but you know, it's a good entry nonetheless. Some of the fight scenes were really good. Like, you know, the choreographing was fantastic in terms of like Liam Neeson actually like fighting. I thought it was executed quite well. Like, I can't disagree anything wrongly with that. It was pretty good. The plot to the movie, though, was, I thought, really good, and there was a nice spin at the end on, you know, just what happened. And I didn't really know, but I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it was a good spin and a good twist, and I like stuff like that. Negatives of the film, though, is, I guess, some of the characters and the actors were a bit, let's just say, boring. There was one guy who played his ex-wife's husband, and he wasn't very good. There was also, like, some other coppers that weren't very good. There was a few, like, lackluster performances from, like, an acting point of view, but yeah, it was that. I also found some bits in the film to be quite slow. It was an hour and 40 minutes, like it wasn't like a long film, but it wasn't short, you know what I mean? Anyways, guys, I'm going to rate this film a 5 out of 10. For me, it was average. It was pretty much, you know, in the middle of the scores that I can give it. You know, it had some good moments in there. I thought the plot was quite good, and it had some good moments in the film itself. But the negative, the plot did have some bits where it kind of like felt like it stopped, felt like the film was on pause. You know, it was a bit of a lull. Then we had, like I said, some of the actors weren't very good, you know, they weren't that convincing, but I guess the good points in the film, Liam Neeson was fantastic, Maggie Grace also like really stepped up into the role again, and it had some good moments from those guys who have obviously reprised their roles from the first two movies. So I think a 5 out of 10 is quite a fair score. As I say though, guys, stay tuned for my ranking video where I'm going to rank the entire Taken trilogy, so subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.